Hello again, and thank you for joining me. Today, I'm back in my Art Mischief journal because I realized that I only have one spread left before this journal is finished. So, not being the most patient person in the world, I thought I would work on this spread because I have another one made that is just waiting, because this time I'm thinking that instead of collage and watercolor, and this one I might do collage and acrylic. So I have outlined the bits of collage for this piece, and now I'm going to water down all of these bits around the collage pieces, which I have taken, as you can see, taken the liberty of outlining in light pencil. And I'm using this Neptune, Princeton Neptune number 4, because it holds so much water that it really will get the job done, and done quickly. I usually don't water down this to this extent, but this one, okay, should be ready. Now I've decided to use my Schmenke watercolors because this collection has a neutral tint, and I'd like the background bits of the sky up here to be cloudy and overcast and just a little bit ominous. And then I'm going to work down to adding a little bit of blue. Now, when I put this watercolor neutral gray down, the water should help it to move. And if not, I can always help it along a little bit. That's why I have soaked down this this page so much with this Princeton Neptune. Now I'm going to thirsty brush pick that one up just a little bit. Yes, that's good. Now more water. I believe over here I'm going to put some more of that neutral tint. I'm not going to bother to mix this color. I'm just going to use what's available to me in the Schmenke collection. Alrighty, let's have a little bit more of this color and let it get around a little bit here. Now this paper is, of course, buckling a little bit, but that's okay. Dark in here, and out to the edge over here, and down this side. Now I'm going to look and see what's happening here. Making sure that I don't have any hard lines, or at least trying not to have any. Take away some of that right there. I think I'm going to come right down to here in this area. And I'm going to add more water for here so that I can come in with my blue. Here we go. And now just a little bit of this blue over here. Maybe just a little bit of the neutral tint mixed in. And let's see if we can do what I have in my mind. Sometimes that's easier said than done with watercolor, because it does tend to have a mind of its own. And a little bit more over here. And some more here. And just to, let's see if I can add some in here. Get some of that line out, because I'm not too tickled with it. Now I'm going to get my my tablet so that I can show you a picture of where I'm going with the collage. This, I believe, I'm going to help along a little bit. Alrighty, this is going to look kind of, whoops, there it is. Okay, so I took care of these negative areas, and I see that these are connected, and okay, but I think I'm going to want to be trying to try something new, something that I have not tried before. Let me put down a little bit of water in this area, and a little bit here. All right. Now I'm going to mix up some greens, and I'm going to start, I think I'm going to start with a fairly light shade for the background. Let's see what we have. It's certainly enough, and I have a natural sponge here, and let's see about sponge painting. Let's see about sponge painting with watercolor. I've always wondered. Now I'm going to. Today's the day to find out. All right. Definitely more green. Put that over here. I'm mixing a little bit of green in over here. Now this sponge is dry. And whoops, wrong one. Going to add this one now. Well, wowzers. Time now to get this to be looking at this in reality. Let me see what we have here. Let's do this one, which is the main bit right here. And this one is down here. This one here. Very unreal situation, but think this one is over here. This one maybe in here. And this one here-ish. Well, alrighty. Now the other side. Side here. Here. Whoops, nope, this way. I think. This one up here. This one here. Of course, as you can see, I chose these for the words. Maybe this one here. Well, Carol, let's have a little sense now. Okay, and this little bit here. So, the question is, the greens need more green. The sky is cloudy. There's something about this that just, in my mind, required a cloudy sky. I want to put a little bit more green down here, but need more green, need more dark. Yes, and along the bottom. Yes, it's darkening up nicely. Now if I really want that to darken up, I'm going to add some of this red to it, because it'll take the edge off. Yes, it will. Maybe just a little bit more. And maybe a new part on the sponge. And, oh yes, Oh, yes. And I needed some more green. I needed some more green for along the bottom. So I'm going to pop that on now by just adding some water here. And we're going to add some emergency green here. And I'm wondering if a little brown might not just be the trick here. So those are some dark colors there, and I think it can handle it. Okay, let's make a mad mixture here now. The most fun about art is learning by doing and saying what if enough times to yourself that and then plunging in. So I think that the mission is accomplished. Let's take one quick look. I like that white space around behind that tree. Happy accident. A little cheating now. Definitely necessary. This is turning out to be great fun. Let's see now. I loved the words. I certainly did. That was a fun experiment with the sea sponge and watercolor. Who would have believed it? I'm going to dry this paper and attach the collage. This and this gray, I'm glad I chose that neutral tint. Oh my. I will be back when the next mission is accomplished. Of all of the collage bits I have done and the collage stories I have made up and told, this one has been the one that has fought me the most. Now let me get the house down there parallel to the bottom of the page. And, mission accomplished. Well, to be very honest with you, I have not really thought it past here. I just had in my mind what this would do, and I cannot say how much of a tickle this natural sponge and watercolor has worked out. Some of the blues that I applied so diligently have faded in a little bit, but that's all right. So I'm going to let this dry down because the paper is still damp after that soaking I gave it. So it's going to calm down, and I am going to clean up because I'm afraid I'm one of those people that think better artistically and creatively when I'm not surrounded by mess. So, oh my, a good think is in order. Imagine those mysterious miasmas yield to no one. Yes. Well, as you can see, I've just decided to add just a little bit of something to this, to these trees. Let's just soften those edges. I have used my Prismacolors to go around the outside of some of them, of all of these pieces, shading, and also embellishing these sea sponge painted greenery areas with my Prismas. And I'm thinking that this collage story has been told. I do hope that you have enjoyed this adventure. Goodness, I don't have much place to hide a signature. I think I'll go over to the side. It has been one that started out completely different in my mind until I was trolling around in my collage bits and found these, and then it gave me a bit of a problem telling the story the way I wanted it to. But all in all, the new experience of using the sea sponge has been a fun one to make the story cohesive. If you have enjoyed watching this video, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share with a friend, and I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. Let's have a little bit of a close-up look. Here's some Prisma pencils. I added some Prismas around the outside of the tree in order to cover up some of the white paper. I didn't do it on all of the areas. But in general, I have to admit that I couldn't be more pleased that I tried out something that I had in my mind and wondered if it would work. It was an art what if that I certainly enjoyed doing and will do again. So I do hope that you will join me in the near future. I have one more spread in this journal, and I have plans for the second, volume 2. Bye now.